Welcome back. Russia's invasion has forced more than 8 million refugees to flee across Ukraine's border into neighboring countries and beyond, with more than 158,000 seeking refuge in Canada. My next guests fled their home in Kyiv once the war broke out and joined thousands in a miles-long queue as they made their way to the Polish border crossing. From there, their journey to Canada began. And with the help of human rights group One Free World International, they arrived in Canada in late August. Sofiia and Maria, it's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thanks so much.
What do you remember about the day that you left Kyiv?
So we wake up and 5 or 4 a.m. in the morning, it was bombing. Like we heard the noises and all of this. And we was a little bit scary. So our mom, I go to tell her. We also check the news, and we understand that this is the war starts. And the first thing we go to we start to phone our dad and all of our members, and we didn't know that it will be that long time for 1 year. All of the Ukrainians, they thought that it's gonna be for 2 weeks and it's gonna end. But how you can see, it's not end.
Maria, what were you thinking when you heard the sounds of artillery and missiles?
I was scared, and I'm just go to my mom and just say question what's happening, because I was so scared because I heard the bombs. So.
The men weren't allowed to leave.
Yes.
What do you remember about the last time you saw your father?
It's really hard to remember because the last time it was 2 days before the war, and I guess we were going for a walk or somewhere, and we were having a lunch, all together, Mom, me, and Mary also. And we didn't know that it's gonna start, and so I just remember his face.
What would you do if you could see him today?
Hug.
I'm gonna be so happy, and I'm gonna hug him.
Yeah, and say that we love him.
What do you miss most about your home?
I mean, here, we had a place where we live, but it's not a home. So a place when you come back from the long day and you feel that atmosphere of the home, we can feel it here. It's kind of hard, even if we have a place to stay. So we miss that feeling. Also, we miss, this is really different from Canada and Ukraine, even the streets, and lots of different things that we get used to that, even now.
Do you dream of returning back?
When it's gonna start, it's gonna end, maybe volunteering. There are lots of people wanna go to volunteering, rebuild, help our country. Yeah, so now it's dangerous and we can't come back, and we stay there here, and we're really glad that we're here and safe.
Tell me, how have you adjusted to life here in Canada?
Here, it's really hard for me to find a job there. So for all of Ukrainians, even if they know English, it's really hard. And also the university, I really want to go to the university there, but it's kind of a little bit not cheap. So for I really want to go to economic and political science, because to know how to do all of the things to maybe also help Ukrainian, and maybe Ukrainian, Canada, also something here. So somehow we trying to be here. In Canada, there is lots of immigrants also, so we don't feel we are only one. And we feel there is lots of us, and also there is lots of in Toronto, even in Canada, there is lots of Ukrainians, so we don't feel we are only one. Yeah.
So that's good. And how about you, Maria? How are you adjusting? Do you like the school you're going to?
Yeah, I love the school. The people are so sweet, and when it's my first day at school, there was so good. and I have like a lot of friends. Yeah.
Has there been anything that's been a challenge since you've been here?
Yeah, as I told you, it was for first of her. She didn't know English like at all, and she needed to have somehow to adjust to communicate with kids. The first time she just
You didn't know English when you came over here?
yes, she just
You speak so well. I'm so impressed.
yeah. So she was communicated like by signs, and like she knows some words, but now when she's like around English persons, she understands better. And every time when we go somewhere and she speak English to somebody, I so impressed because I didn't heard her English so well. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, Sofiia and Maria, thank you for coming in and for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Up next, we turn our focus to the practical realities of victory for Ukraine and what it'll take in manpower and steel to defeat Putin. Our military panel is standing by with analysis.